Hello, hello, hello! Welcome back to another episode of Rimworld. Last time, we finally built the Devastator mortar. We also switched out all the stuff that was in here for the most part. We're almost done making all the remainder of the whiskey. Then we're going to switch over completely over to rum production. Yeah. So we're kind of getting a little bit behind on production of this stuff, but that's okay. I'm starting to wonder if I should begin the production of rum, but I wanted to get rid of everything else first, because we have enough stuff we've already started doing. And I also kind of want to get ahead on sugarcane production for that. So we're going to have to we're getting a little bit ahead on that. But now there's no reason for us to keep making potatoes, so actually we're going to set this to a no more allowing sowing, so that when that's done, they're just going to harvest all of that, which is fine. It's all this. This is all heel root. So we actually need to set make bulk medicine till you have. So we really don't need more than 500 medicine. It's a lot of medicine, but it will give us a reason to start using all of it, all the bandage kits and everything else, which is fine. Wait, hold on. Why are you? I said this, until you have 25. Oh, so we're making even more wine must. I forgot to turn that off. Oh well. So we'll turn that off now. And there. We'll just stick a second one right there. I guess that looks better to have. It's more symmetrical, I guess would be the way to put it. So all the cats are still being cats. Oh, you also survived the plague last time, didn't we? Yeah, that was another thing we survived. It's always so hard for me to remember everything that we do. Alright, we got all the wheat, which is fine. So many things. Timberwolf Revenge. Bruh, what are you doing? Why are you punching a Timberwolf? Here, just haul the Timberwolf back. It's okay, you can do that. Yes, I know you need treatment. You're not going to die, though. You have a couple cracks and a bite on your neck, of all places. Okay, so maybe you do need treatment. Never mind, maybe you do need treatment, because you're going to... you're in no immediate danger, so you don't really need treatment. You'll live. You'll live. Yeah, so we're gonna have more than enough stuff. Yeah, smithing's up there, but I don't know. I don't know why they don't smith quicker. I don't know why that's not higher up on their list of things they need to be doing. Yeah, whatever. Well, they're going to be done doing the cotton fibers soon anyway, so it's not a huge deal. I hate when it makes that sound like something just happened and then you don't see anything. Alright, so it's still a heat wave. It's 117 degrees outside. That's sort of awful. We're nice and cool inside for the most part. For the most part. It's a little hot in some areas, but... Cargo pods. Smoothies have fallen from the sky. Okay. Don't know what that's about, but smoothies have apparently fallen from the sky. Suppose we can sell those to somebody. I have a lot of grapes. I didn't realize they grew in such large quantities. Alright, good. They're finally smelting all that plasteel. Oh, the other thing also disappeared finally, so we can delete that. We don't need that anymore. Now we've gotten rid of the stuff that was there. Yes, good. Keep making medicine. Okay, so we now made that. So now we want to make glitter rolled medicine. To make glitter rolled medicine, we need neuroamine, which we have, ambrosia, which we have, and 2 medicine. So every 2 medicine makes 1 glitter rolled medicine. I feel like if we have 100 of those, we'll be good. But because of that, let's turn the default on so that our colonists don't constantly use glitter rolled medicine, because we want to stockpile that right now. So let's do that. Let's just use let's only use regular medicine while we make glitter rolled medicine, because we can do that now that we have ambrosia, which we will keep producing hopefully in much larger quantities going forward. How's our power doing? We still have 42,000 power up and running, even though this is still running. I feel like 2 and 2 have 10 power cells. 510. Why does hitting Shift plus automatically go to 500? Why is this 50, like, okay, so normally when so like when you control click, it goes up by 10. When you have shift click, it goes up by 100 normally. Except for the Devastator power cell, if you hit shift and press plus, it goes up by 500. If you hit control, it goes up by 50. So I'm not sure why that is. Maybe because it's ammo? Although, we really don't need that much. Oh, every time you click, it goes up by 5. That would take 50 components. We only really need 10. Because we're not going to use this very much, and any battle we're in is not going to take... I mean, maybe later on we'll stockpile more Devastator power cells, but right now we really don't need to. There's 0 reason to do that. Zero reason. I mean, I guess we could, but our defenses are pretty strong, so it's no real threat that we need to do that with. I mean, I suppose if we made multiple of these, and we just, like, stacked them up to constantly fire, Devastator, like, mortars at them, you know, maybe that would work, but it's meat everywhere. Oh, look at all the meat. Meat! Glorious meat. Why is there so much meat? Meat everywhere. We don't need to kill all this meat, but we're going to. Meat. Meat as far as the eye can see. Part of me wants to just tell all of my colonists to go hunting, even though we really don't need to. If it's alive, hunt it. I guess we could do that. We can just set all of our colonists who aren't hunting right now. So if you're not growing, you should all be hunting. We don't need to do that, but 5 hunters. We're gonna have 5 hunters. That'll go well. That should catch us up a little bit. And we're almost done on the research tree. We might actually finish everything we need to research, which would be nice considering I don't know how many episodes it's been. Feels like it's been a lot. Oh, bulk goods trader. Alright, so we got a bulk goods trader. We have all these cats. I would really love to take all these hens and roosters because it would give us a ton of eggs, but it would also give us a lot of meat. But these, I don't know if they fixed that. In the old version, these all reproduced really quickly. If we buy all the chickens. We can get rid of the smoothie. We don't need that. Supply components. We could sell all the random hides that we're not going to ever need. Don't really need to buy medicine. Buy steel, I suppose. What else can we buy? Alright, well, we don't need that. Oh, we can sell all the alcohol. Or all the alcohol. We could buy wood. There's no reason to buy wood, though. We also have all this art we should probably get rid of. So we could buy all the wood. Since we, okay. Get rid of all this, terrible stuff. We could buy more plasteel bulb chunks, which we could then turn into plasteel. They never have any meat. Always a little sad, they never have meat. We could buy dromedaries. No, we don't really need to buy camels. We'll buy all the chickens. But because of that, put all the chickens in there. Because we don't want the cats to eat the chickens. That's one thing we really don't want. So now we're actually going to turn all the hunting down. So I want you to do other things first. Now that we bought all these chickens that are now going to wander around aimlessly. No chicken, don't walk in there, you're going to get eaten. You know what, we're going to put the chickens in here, temporarily. Animals? Yes, so we need a new animal area. Rename that one. Cats. Rename this one. Chickens. So... Alright, so all these are going to be in the chicken one. Which means that we can expand allowed area. Chickens are going to be in here for now. So that they are not with the cats. Let's actually like delete this area where so they don't walk through the doors. Made that mistake before, so let's not do that. Okay, and then okay, so that'll be okay for now. That will be okay for now. We finally got antimatter propulsion. Now I'm thinking, is there anything else we really need to get? We're not getting these because they're useless. The ground penetrating scanner actually is pretty good. But we really don't need it. We don't need it, so there's no point in getting it. We don't need pemmican, because it's pretty much useless. Now that we've researched more important things. Passive cooler is also really useless. We already have everything except for the rocket complex, but there's no reason to get the rocket complex when we have like everything else. There's zero reason for that. There's only two things in the autopsy. This gives us soil reclamation, but we really don't need soil reclamation because we already have that from a different mod, so there's no reason to get that. So I think we actually have everything I want, because there's no reason to get any of the other stuff. So, we no longer need you to research. Cleaning's good, as is hauling. Smithing, tailoring, crafting. That's basically, you're basically going to be doing everything. We need somebody else to do things, so congratulations, you're going to be doing it. Job. Basically, you are a crafter. We really don't need you to mine. I'll actually turn mining down, because there's really no reason to have them mine. Well, actually, in this case, we probably need them to mine more than we need the... Well, we need a constructor, too. So, mine's actually probably more important than constructing. Yeah, that's probably good. Then we're going to have you basically do everything else. So we can actually, like, deconstruct this now, because we don't need this here anymore. You don't need these. Yes, good chickens. Go in here. Go live with the whiskey. Oh, I forgot there's a heat wave going on, and we have the heater on. Whoops. Let's turn that off. Congratulations, chickens. You now live in here. Now, they're going to fertilize eggs, which is going to give us a lot more chickens. We also need to add another stockpile. The problem with doing this is I don't know how to make it so that this stockpile... I don't know how to do it so we can make multiple things in stockpiles. That's the problem. So clear everything. Another critical. What will they eat? I mean, there's Vegemush. That's Vegemush. So is there anything else here they will eat that's really cheap to make? That I can just put in here and only in here. I wonder if they'll eat bread. Like regular bread. Let's find out. So, no bread in here. Let's make... You can bring 3 breads. Do until we have 10. We have flour, so it's not really big. We have lots of flour. So let's just see if they will eat bread. If they will, then we don't have to worry because they will eat bread. And they do. Okay, so we know we can just feed them bread. Because bread's easy to make and we have lots of it. Also, apparently it needs to be refrigerated twice. Interesting. Why is it... I don't know why it says it will spoil in 3 and 14 days. I think that's a bug. I don't think it's supposed to say that. Don't think it's supposed to say that. But we're going to fix that because we're going to put a vent. We're going to put a vent here. And when that's dug out here, if they ever dig it out. And that should make it nice and cool in here. Even though it's 114 degrees outside. Alright, let's move all of that. Alright, granite. And then we're going to move all the chickens in here. That's going to be our plan. That's the goal anyway. Yes, good. Clean the floors, but much happier. There you go. Alright. Also, let's put power. Let's put some lights. Stockpile. Critical, clear everything except for bread. Now we can delete this stockpile and we can reinstall all of this. Which I could reinstall, like just highlight and just click like reinstall as opposed to Now, I don't know if they fixed this since the last time I played with animals, because I usually don't use animals in my mods or when I play Rimworld. Usually because animals tend to be like, I don't know. I just don't really like using them comparatively compared to like everything else. Prefer to hunt, but In the older versions of this game, one thing that would happen a lot, and I don't know if this still happens, but chickens would rapidly reproduce. So, like, they would constantly produce eggs, and the eggs would immediately hatch, and so you'd have chickens everywhere that would just eat all of your food. So you would never want to start with them because you would end up with, chickens everywhere. And that was pretty much, impossible to support early on in the game. But now we're late game, we can probably support that. So let's clear the allowed area. And then we're going to expand the area for the chickens. Move all the chickens in here. At some point we should also put down the floors. I want to actually add another cooler. I mean, it's not like we're in desperate need of power. So I'll put that down. Or you could leave the frickin' wall open, you crazy bastards. What are you doing? Here's an idea. Don't leave the wall unconstructed. Just leave a hole in the wall, that's fine. No one would ever do that. No one in the world would be like, that looks good, just leave the wall open. Alright, so let's turn this back down to like 40 degrees. And that should reduce the temperature in there and maybe in here. Okay, the heat wave's over, so that's good. Thank God for small favors. Alright, so it's refrigerated, it spoils supposedly in both 4 days and a month. I don't particularly understand that, but okay. It's not going to last 4 days, though, because they're just going to eat it constantly. I mean, we could turn it down even more, but we could turn it down to 34 degrees. I don't know if that's above freezing, so... Wait, no, don't do that. So it's above freezing, so they shouldn't get hypothermia, but we'll see if they do or not. We'll see. Okay, so got ourselves chickens, we got ourselves cats. Hopefully some of them will begin to produce things. Right now all the chickens are doing is eating all of my bread. Oh, one of our cats is pregnant, hooray! So we're actually like getting down to the point where we can, we can actually get to the point now where we're gonna be get to the point where we can actually start like butchering these, and we don't have to hunt because we'll just have everything producing things. We have so many roosters though, comparatively. Alright, well actually, if the heat wave's over, then we really don't need to turn all these on. Well, at least we don't need to turn these on. We can turn those off. These, obviously, are going to stay on. Just we don't need the heaters on. But we'll turn them back on anyway. So why not? So that's okay. I don't think the chickens are getting hypothermia. They aren't. I forgot that's the cat that has alcohol tolerance. Middle stage pregnancy. Okay. What is this? I don't know what that was, but it's a little weird. You get lots of weird things when you start looking deep into this game. I thought these would produce... Oh, egg progress, 58%. Okay, so I think they've slowed down the egg progress. Which is good. Not complaining about that. Okay, I think we're finally out of wart and other things. So we can deconstruct those. Deconstruct these. Alright. So you're still producing that, that's great. So much stuff to do. So much stuff to do. Right, smelting all the rocks. It's all granite. We should probably also start digging all of this out and see what's back here. Maybe produce a few more of those. God, there's so much stuff we have to do. Oh, these are all ready to be harvested. Okay. Let's harvest all these. Look at all this food. So much food. Yeah, we have so much. I didn't realize we had. I didn't realize we had so much fruit. We have the smallest amount of apples, all things considered. That's a little strange. I guess it's really not, but well, I guess it's not because we only have 5 apple trees. Those have been actually a very good investment since we started. That was a very worthwhile investment. So it's 77%. The problem is these guys don't produce. These guys don't produce eggs, so we could probably kill some of them. You have a 6-year-old rooster. Guess we'll kill that one. No, don't clean dirt. No, you can't do that yet. You have to wait. Incapable of violence. Never mind. I would explain. You can't slaughter anything. Whose door? Okay, another cat's pregnant, so we're gonna get lots of kittens everywhere. Hey. Go kill the rooster. Haul the rooster. All the cats are getting pregnant. Alright. Interesting. Okay. Guess we're gonna get a lot of kittens everywhere. Alright, get all of the there. Not a lot of chicken meat, honestly. Okay. Let's see. We are doing pretty good, all things considered. Doing pretty good. I think we're quite ahead. We need to build more. Probably. I don't know if we need any more right now. How are we doing on that? We're still doing pretty good. We're a far cry away from where I want to be on Glitterworld Medicine, but that's okay. Seem to be keeping up with everything. Don't seem to be. Well, we're falling a little behind on cloth, but that's okay. We have a ton of plasteel now, which is good. We hunt everything. We're gonna finally be back to where I want meat-wise. Even though we have 9,000 meat, I don't want to like suddenly fall behind. Since now we have animals that we can just leave in here, and they will hopefully continue to produce lots and lots of meat. Still can't believe there's a cat with alcohol tolerance. I don't know how long it takes them to produce. I don't know how long it takes. I don't think it takes that long. They're almost done ready to produce an egg. I suppose I could have them start drinking. Equip it. No, drink it. Don't equip the whiskey. Alcohol. Warm. What if I just have you... Here, drink. Drink, 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 drink. Tipsy. Okay. So we're going to leave you like that, so you can sleep that off. I kind of want to see if I can get them to develop an alcohol tolerance. That's going to be our experiment. We're going to see if we can get him an alcohol tolerance over time. Without getting in an alcohol dependence. That would be real bad. We don't want an alcohol dependence. But it's possible. Oh, we got eggs. But they're fertilized eggs. So the eggs are going to... no, don't... freezing the eggs. What happens if we freeze the eggs? I don't know. We're going to experiment. I have a feeling they stop being fertilized if you freeze them. And if that's the case, we're going to... if that's the case, we're going to change... Ruined by temperature. Uh-oh. Does that mean we can't cook it? Is it no longer edible? Is it just... Like, is it no longer... Like... Because normally you can use regular eggs, but can we not use eggs as... Like... You consume the chicken egg? What happens if you consume the chicken egg? Eat raw food. So you don't like eating a frozen raw egg, and I don't blame you. Okay, so basically we need to not put the eggs in here. Or at least not the... Don't put the fertilized eggs in there. So basically we can put the fertilized eggs... Actually, about the unfertilized and fertilized eggs in there. So we're gonna put the not put the eggs in there. So apparently the eggs so apparently these are still ruined. Forever. Here, consume the eggs so they don't go to waste. Yeah, you ate raw food, I know. Consume the chicken eggs. Yeah, I know, you're not happy you ate a bunch of raw food. I know. Where are all you guys going? Oh, all the potatoes are done, so we don't need to grow potatoes anymore. What do we want to grow? What do we want to grow there other than potatoes? So now we don't really need to grow potatoes anymore. We should probably go sugarcane, honestly. We are kind of ahead on sugarcane, but we're not going to be. Though part of me also wants to grow coffee. We haven't done that before. So... Yeah. You know, let's grow coffee. Let's grow coffee. We can brew coffee and see if that does anything useful. I mean, I have a feeling it's not, but... I've wasted more time doing other things, and why not? But this episode's kind of... I think this episode's basically running a little long, so I'm going to cut this episode here. Next time, hopefully we're going to not ruin our chicken eggs. Not ruin the chicken eggs, and hopefully produce more chickens, which we can then eat. And we might get kittens next time, so that'll be good. See y'all next time.